What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. Have black women been blue collar? Um, so this goes on in our community. I did a live earlier today, and this is pre-recorded. So with a young lady, and part of the conversation was black women at work, and they work so hard. And I just got to ask the question: when black women say they work, compared to men, do you think you're blue collar? Like, we've worked with you during slavery, so you think you were with the guys who built the White House? That's what you think. Like you were there. The women were masons and carpenters, and bricklayers. Laying down foundations, roofers. That's what you think the women work with lumber. You know, you think the women are blue collar workers. You think the women were, creating were on the assembly lines. You think the women were out there with the men. I'm sure y'all do. They were out there picking cotton with the men, and tobacco and doing sugar cane. Sugar cane. I don't think you know what the process of actually getting sugar cane is. Because I'm going back and I'm vacillating back and forth from history to the present, right? And I'm like, because when y'all say y'all work hard and the guys come home and the women back in the day just had to service the guy, you think y'all were digging ditches? That's what you think? You were working on skyscrapers? That's what you think? You think y'all were blue collar too? Because predominantly you say back in the day, sisters worked inside the house, inside white people's houses, or they worked in white people's buildings, or black people's houses or buildings, places of business. Black men have been in every war in America. Both sides of the Civil War. You think, the women were there too? You know what I'm saying? I know you don't think the women were in the wars. I know you don't. But I'm trying to make a point as to say that the men and women don't see each other. Men are not seeing black women as blue collar. Black men aren't seeing that. There are certain blue collar jobs that ladies could do now. They can, but predominantly, logistics is probably the most common. The most common. And when I say logistics, I'm talking about the post office, UPS, FedEx, Amazon, logistics. You think you're going to see sisters be roughnecks? If people don't know, the guys that work on oil rigs. You think the women are truckers? There are women who are actually truckers, but when we're thinking about black women, you think they're blue collar like that? You think women are welders, plumbers, because when you say we work so hard, the guys are trying to figure out what exactly are you talking about? What exactly are you talking about? Because what winds up happening is, and I've had these talks with women in my lifetime and women say, we work hard with our minds, so we're tired, we're mentally tired. It's one thing to be mentally tired. It's another thing to be mentally and physically tired and you outside in 85 degrees and up, 85 to 100 plus degrees outside. That ain't, that's, you're still using your mind when you're out there, but you're physically drained by the end of the day, And the reason I bring this up is because sometimes I don't think sisters are so busy talking about their quote unquote struggle, they don't pay attention to the practicality of it. You're not being practical when you act like you're working just as hard as the guys. Because you're not working just as hard as the guys. Because you aren't as tired as the guys. Because you have time to get your hair done. You have time to get your nails done. You have time to relax. You have time to take stress leave. How many blue collar black women you know who just can take? How many blue collar black men in general can just go take stress? I'm sick of this. I'm sick of being on this building. Life. I need therapy. Look, I'm giving my hard head. I'll be back next week. It's not gonna happen. It's not about to happen. Sorry. Just doesn't, it doesn't compute. It really doesn't. But the idea seems to be pervasive. And what's crazy about this idea being pervasive is it doesn't take much common sense or much research to realize this is not true. I'm not saying that. I'm asking the question, knowing that it's not true, but having to ask the question because sometimes talking to sisters, it's like, y'all actually think y'all out here like really building homes or something? Like y'all out here just laying foundations, and you're not. Y'all not out here working with power tools. You're not doing that. So, and even, part of looking down on the brothers who are blue collar is the fact, because you don't do that type of work. You really have no earthly idea how difficult that can be. You really don't. You really don't know what kind of skill level and experience you got to have be very efficient at that type of work. You got to do just da 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 da. You have no idea the clothes you got to wear to even get on the roof, do you? You realize it's a reason why you never seen guys with shorts and they wear long sleeves when they get on when they get on a building. Because it's hot. And it's so hot, your legs can't touch. Your arms and hands can't touch. It's that hot. That's why. That's why they wear boots. But anyway, like, share, subscribe, or die. Try and catch y'all on the next one. Peace.